When this new season anime started, I was scrolling through my anime list, looking at the new animes that coming out, and this one particularly bamboozled me so badly. Why? Because I saw this poster and immediately I thought Overlord, and I was so disappointed when it was not Overlord because I got way too excited. So this is another isekai. I don't even have a clue as how to introduce this anime because it's so basic and distracting, if you know what I mean. I just didn't like that it was an isekai first of all, and as it tricked me into thinking it was Overlord. Well, it's kinda hard to explain words what I liked in this anime, but here's a montage to get a picture of what I like. Up, I better get my 44 up off the dresser now. I better get my 44 up off the dresser. I better get my 44 up off the dresser now. I better get my 44 up off the dresser. I better get my 44 up off the dresser now. I better get my 44 up off the dresser. I better get my 44 up off the dresser now. I better get my 44 up off the. It's a basic gaming isekai where the MC was some sort of neat and end up in another world with his max out character. So the main character, he landed in this next world. It seemed like it was based on the game he played and not at the same time, but he had all his stats from the character that he had. Obviously, he went around doing good deeds to earn money and ended up meeting Ariane, a dark elf who thought he was stealing children. That bit was funny, I ain't gonna lie. Then they went on to rescue some other elves that were kidnapped, and they kind of spawned a little relationship from there going forward. And it was basically an employer-employee relationship in a sense because it was a hired job after that. And throughout the anime, I did get to visit the elf village / city, even though humans were not welcome. Afterwards, they are thwarted an assassination attempt on the royal princess's life, which revealed a dark secret in the kingdom, that the elder brother was the real mastermind behind this incident. So honestly, I would like to stray away from the main cast for a bit because I personally found that the secondary story was way better than the main story. So basically, there's this kingdom and 3 heirs to the throne, and because of the action of the main character who freed enslaved elves, it called to council that the kingdom was betraying a treaty with the elves. A test was basically handed to them by the father, the king, to probe the thoughts of the situation at hand. At one point, the princess requested an audience with the elf, and the 2 other brothers went on to their scheme. So the sister and she waited to go and have a meeting with the elves, and the assassination attempt was made. And I kind of had to lose the word assassination attempt there loosely because R came in, she actually got assassinated, and R came in and resuscitated as much as he could those who get unalived. So now the middle prince, who knew about the enslaved elves because he was the man running the scene on that, he went into hiding for a bit because Arkande was attacking the jails where the elves were kidnapped and enslaved and was treated very badly, and I mean treated real badly. That was a little bit of horrible scene in the here, and while in hiding, he come and get assassinated, and it turned out it was the big brother planning this whole shebako the entire time. And with the killing of him, it was set up in a way that the middle brother was the one, looked like the one who was assassinating the little sister, which it turned out was just all his plot was from the big brother the entire time. So after all that, it turned out not only he guaranteed next in line for the throne, the entire plan was really orchestrated by another outside force, by some other kingdom with a powerful man apparently on top the world where he is. So he basically pulling strings around all different kingdoms and things going as he maestro. Meanwhile now, no trace of the princess. She ended up meeting with she elder sister who thought that the little sister was dead because the older brother pronounced her dead as soon as she left the kingdom. Knew her fast and met the old elder sister. So the elder sister was obviously surprised, like, yo, why you are like? You was pronounced dead. And from the dealer sister side, Bravo 6 going dark. Honestly, I'm not going back into the main character storyline as it's so boring and cringe. The secondary story far more interesting and the only thing that really keep me watching this. So yeah. So will all failures on my great judgment of judging stuff. To rate this, I have to split it into two parts to make it a fair rating of this anime. If I do that, it could be totally unfair. So in two parts, I split it up into the main character story and the foreground story, which is assassination temp and stuff like that. The main character story I absolutely hate it. It is garbage. It is cringe. I just do not like it at all. So I give that the main character story 3 out of 10 vaps. It's so bad. Now for the foreground story, which is the assassination temple thing, which is far superior to the main character story, I'll give it a 7.5 vaps out of 10. Overall, I'll give this anime 5 out of 10 vaps. As usual, you're taking out points just because it's a isekai. Just because it's isekai, you're losing points in my books. But it did have a really nice background story. And I appreciate that. I always appreciate a good background story. And that is that. Let me know what you think about the anime. Did you watch it? Did you enjoy it? Did this review make you want to watch it? Leave a like and a comment. Don't forget to sub and turn on that notification. And I'll see you in the next one.